Hey folks, welcome back. So lesson 3, my series of 3 videos, this is the last one on how I think I can help players hit the golf ball farther before we make a major technical change. I spend a lot of time in this driving range with amateur players, with high-level players, and there's 3 things I commonly see that is causing players to not reach their maximum potential with how far they can hit the golf ball. So that's what we're diving into. If you haven't gone back and watched the first 2 videos, please make sure you go back and watch those, because there's 2 good pieces of information there about how we can launch the ball the right way with a positive angle of attack, and also how we can sequence our golf swing properly to make sure that our lower body is leading the way. So now let's assume we've done both of those. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How do I actually swing the club faster? Especially at night when I'm out here, I see a lot of average golfers out here and they're trying to hit the ball as hard as they can. And I see some players take some mighty lashes where their body is flailing all over the place, so they actually think they're trying to swing the club as fast as they can. But guess what? The difference between this swing here, which is me trying to absolutely smash it, and my normal drive is very rarely that much different. And the reason why is because I never actually swing the golf club faster. Our brain and our body has something called a neuromuscular reaction time. When I grab a golf club, I've got a neuromuscular program, or a program in my brain that tells me how fast I can move this club. And one of the only ways that we can move this club faster is by starting to swing something that's a little bit lighter.
Hey there, Coach Ryan just hopping in here for a second. I just want to say thanks for watching this video, and I have a few favors to ask. If you don't already, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. The more support, the more content I create. If you like this video, make sure you give me a little thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I do my best to respond to every single comment. Now, last thing is make sure you hit that little bell so when I drop more videos just like this one, you're the first one to get notified. You don't miss out on any of my content. Thanks again for watching. Let's get you back to your video.
So today I'm going to talk to you about a training aid that I use a ton called Super Speed Golf. So Super Speed Golf is a 3-club training system that has 2 clubs that are actually lighter than your driver. This green club is 20% lighter than my driver. This blue club is 10% lighter than my driver. And then wait for this, the red club is actually 5% heavier. And the way that we do this, and I'm going to use round numbers. Let's say right now I swing my driver 100 miles an hour, and I'm going to grab this green club, and this green club is lighter than my driver by 20%. This feels very light to me. When I give this thing a rip, guess what? I actually do swing it faster than my driver, and the reason why is because it's lighter. The term that Super Speed Golf uses is called overspeed or overload underload training. We reduce the weight of an object to get your body to actually move faster and understand that it can move faster, and then we start to reintroduce the weight. Now, this is not exclusive to golf. We see this in a lot of throwing sports, whether we're talking shot put, or baseball, or football, or javelin. We throw things that are, or move things that are lighter to get our body to train and believe that we can move that object faster, and then we start to reintroduce the load. So their protocols involve us making swings with all 3 different weighted clubs in every single session. And the thing that I like is, for any player, I know that I swing my driver 100, but if I grab something that's a lot lighter than that, right off the hop, I'm feeling some speed. And I feel a great big whoosh. So now my brain's starting to go, wow, I can do something golf-related that moves faster. So we started with 20% lighter. Now we go 10% lighter. Exact same concept. This is still lighter than my driver, still feels light, and it's still something I can carry some speed with. Okay, so if I dive into a little bit of my own data now, I apologize if this is a little number heavy. I actually normally swing my driver around 107. When I swing this green club a lot, I'm swinging like the mid 120s, 125 miles an hour sometimes, because my brain recognizes how light this is and I can start to move it really quickly. So I'm moving this like in the mid 120s. And what happens is this blue club, I'm moving this like in the high 1-teens, 118, 119, 117. That's common for me in my training. Now I grab this heavy club. This is 5% heavier than my driver. It is heavy, I know it is. But because I've started with clubs that are lighter and my body's used to moving 125 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour, 118 miles an hour, what happens when I swing this thing, oftentimes in my training, is that I'm moving this at like 113, 114 miles an hour.
Hey, here's a little secret. On every Thursday, I send an email with 2 things. My favorite golf tip of that week, and either a quote or stat, or sometimes even a game that you can use when you practice. I don't want you to miss it. The next one's coming on Thursday morning. Make sure you check the link in the description. Sign up for my newsletter because on Thursday, the next one's coming. Now let's get you back to your video.
It's heavier than my driver, but because I've trained light to heavy, I'm starting to get my brain and my body to believe that I can start to move things faster, and that's why I see that speed increase. So now what happens when I go back to my driver and I go through a super speed session, I've just made like 30 swings, swinging way faster than I do with my driver. And when I grab my driver now and I start to swing, normally pre-session, I'll see my club head speed around 107 miles an hour. Post-session, I start to see it at about 110 or 111 miles an hour. And the reason why, when I'm about to step up and hit this shot now, I've just gone through a session making many swings really fast, and now my brain's starting to understand that I can actually hit a golf ball with that speed, and this is how we train actually moving faster. So as we go through, when I commit to the training, there's times where my gamer speed can start to get at 110, 111, 112, because I'm continuously training fast. And then now when I get to the golf course, I've made so many swings at 110, 115, 120, 125 that I'm training myself on how to move this faster. So the third tip today is that so many players don't actually unleash their maximum potential because they don't train for speed. And that's what we're talking about today, is that there's something that we can do before we make a change to our golf swing. We can start hitting the golf ball farther by actually swinging the golf club faster. And that's what super speed is in the business of, and I've seen it work with myself and a lot of my players, and I think that is something for you. Before you go out and buy a new driver that you're gonna swing the exact same speed, you should probably consider training, swinging the golf club faster to see if that can help you maximize your distance on the golf course. I'm gonna link Super Speed Golf down below. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comments. You can reach out anytime, but our 3 keys that I think most golfers need to do to help maximize their distance off the tee before we talk swing change is let's start having a positive angle of attack. Let's start sequencing our body properly, leading with our lower body, and let's actually start training to swing the golf club faster. I hope you've enjoyed this series. Make sure you follow along because I've got a few more coming around the full swing, short game, putting, and all these little series to help you hit better golf shots and shoot lower scores. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.